Good evening and welcome to the Thai PBS World. Student-led protest by university students is scheduled to happen on 19th of September. But right now, the protesters are not granted to use the area in Thammasat University. So what will be really happening? And with the protests which are active at the moment, probably people are quite concerned with the clash between different generations. Thai PBS World tonight, Khun Thep Chayong and Khun Nat Bunnak talk to a political scientist, Dean from Political Science Faculty from Thammasat University.
So what do you think will happen with the upcoming rally?
They want to be heard, basically. I mean, they want the government and they want a person who is in power, which is a questionable power one, to actually listen to them in several ways. They make a lot of requests, and some of the requests actually repeat itself, and even repeat to the parliament, even some of the House of Representatives, and some of the politicians or even the government side seem to agree upon a lot of change, incremental one or a radical one. Then it means that they expect to see something, some result of what they request, make the progress on that. And I think if they can see that they've been listened to, I think we actually can come out with a platform of talk.
But you think what is going on in the parliament right now with the submission of motions that debating on the potential constitutional amendments, do you think this is something that will please the students to somehow?
That's actually one of their requests as well. And this is not just come out of the blue, because a lot of people, professors, even teachers in some of the schools, or also the discussion between students and the discussion between family even. We are talking about what is actually in the detail of constitutions. And there are several of the topics in the constitutions that we seem to agree more and more in terms of numbers of people that it needs to be changed. And some of them is actually obstruct, some of them is actually delay and slow down the process of development and improvement of a country as well. So by that fact that people seem to look, but you have to actually read them, and you have to actually be patient enough to listen to what they make in terms of requests and the details in it. Some of that is actually really needed to be amended.
People have speculated that there might be some sort of confrontation during the September 19th protest between the protesters or the police force. How can we prevent this?
To be honest, I think we have to hold on to one thing. Everyone has a different idea. And as much as you are different and as much as you say no to the other, we say yes, you say no. But you cannot actually presumably say that that person is wrong and start hating each other before hearing what exactly is the request that made, what is the repeat problem and the issue that actually put on the table. And that's for the two groups of the rally that might actually come to confront to each other, because you are holding a different kind of data set, you're holding different kind of belief, and then if you say that you can accept the differences, it means that you have to actually don't hate each other in the first place and listen to really what is actually in details and then come talk. That's why I said the platform is supposed to be there.
So despite what you see as the good intention of the students, but of course there are many people who doubt the honesty of this student, right? They still believe that there are people pulling strings from behind. And then even the Prime Minister himself yesterday in the House debate, he still insisted that there were people behind these students, politicians. And he said, I'll find out sooner or later who are behind these people. So how do you see this?
Why are we questioning? Why are we starting questioning? So because when we do that, we are putting our emotion, our assumption, our doubt without anything that support that kind of thought. And with that, it stir up what exactly this what is going on, this rally or demonstration or protest, because they want to make a request publicly. But since there is no formal platform, I pretty much like when the Minister of Education is coming and talk to the students. That kind of thing, is it legitimate? If it's so, just create that kind of thing and make them talk two sides. when you start questioning, you lose the purpose of the request.
Yeah.
What's the request that we need to be shown? What can we agree upon?
It's a substance.
And
Substance
it's the
that's
substance
important
of the request.
Yeah.
And is it really we have to jump across what the student is trying to do and try to see who's behind so that we can pinpoint, we can actually undermine the substance of what is actually being arguing right now by just trying to pinpoint to who exactly motivate them. And even if there is some motivators there, but then everyone has the right to be motivated by what they believe and whom they trusted.
So we are still waiting for the Prime Minister to fulfill his promise to have a dialogue with the students. So you see that prospects happening?
I think Palang Pracharat or one party that's sending their representative to every rally and demonstration, the student had to list it down what they want and what point is really good so that they can move on. The Prime Minister can start from there, getting that point, speak back to the public or the representative of the students.
It's not too late for him, right? He tried to listen, sit down, listen to the protesters.
As I
Is it too
said,
late
there
already?
are
Because the demand that they will be making on the 19th, we understand, is that they will put pressure on the Prime Minister to
I don't
resign.
think anything is too late, but it's more difficult now. Let's make it this way.
He missed the opportunity.
So right now, if he's going to do it, it's going to be more difficult because of the bias that the public already has. And because of the emotion right now, the atmosphere of the fight over the rally and protest for a long time, and also some of the arraignment, some of the punishment, some of those enforcements that's doing to the protester has already been somehow not in a positive side to the Prime Minister. And the Prime Minister might not be that patient to get not so good feedback in the first place, because you might need to do it several times. And that means a longer time to
And I'm
go.
sure that you have talked to a number of students, especially those involved in the protests. But do the students have the feeling that, judging from his speeches, his reactions, do they have the feeling that the Prime Minister listens to them at all?
I don't have to talk to the student to answer this one. I can actually speak on my own self. The personality of being a military is very strong already in the first place, and he's not there for too much of the long talk. We already know that it's not to the rally or the demonstration or the request. So to me, when he communicates back, he might need to also offer what he's really intend to do. I think with that, he doesn't have to be really sweet. It's unlike him, and it's counteract the personality. He can choose to tell what exactly would be a progress, what exactly could be a approach that we're going to actually go there together in the future. With offering those kind of the details, can also regain everything without changing the way he acts as a bias already. But we need that performance in terms of that, so that the
Hopefully.
trust toward him is going to actually be a little bit gaining back.
And that's all from Thai PBS World tonight. Thank you very much for watching.